I ain't even on stage yet. I don't even know if y'all was able to hear me. I was talking to myself the whole time. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm HeruDaGuru, aka Soccer God, Studio One Live Productions. I'm right, you're wrong, and we got another podcast joined with me by my co-host Kuban Can. What's up, baby?
What up? I ain't no damn co-host. I just come here to cook your ass.
Oh, but you're wrong about that, buddy. Already.
When was the
Like,
last time I haven't cooked? I cook you every time, bro.
oh yeah.
Yep.
Is it Chef Boyardee, my friend?
Whatever you want to call it, bro.
Or if it's dried, stale, canned good, you cook it.
What up, man?
I'm just chilling, man. We're gonna get into some of these topics today. I'm gonna address the audience, even though we don't have an audience yet, but just in case people watch this later. I was addressing the audience, but I wasn't even on stage. I'm an idiot. So we're gonna talk about the Luka trade, Lakers trade. We're gonna probably talk about these tariffs by Trump because it was a touchy subject on the panel. That was one of the subjects that you asked what we were talking about, and I asked him why in the hell they had their pom poms on for Trump, and they got a little rattled by me saying that. I said, y'all seen change yet? I said, until I see the price of this milk and eggs go down, I ain't got no pom poms on for nobody. They jumping, oh yeah, he against, they doing Trump. They showing the little videos with Trudeau, Canada, Mexico. And I was like, okay, what's gangster about it? I mean, and then I asked them, because they claim we're going to have more money.
Nope.
Money for Americans. I said, how? Prove it. What do you say about it?
You really want my opinion?
Yeah.
We're in deep shit, my friend. This ain't gonna look pretty. There's a lot of uneducated people out here that are getting fooled by both left and right wing media, right? To have tariffs against your neighbors is the dumbest shit on the face of this earth, right? I think on here I said before, we cannot produce everything, right? We used to be an industrial country, and if you have industrial, you have a lot of what? You have a lot of industrial companies around. You have a lot of what?
Probably raw materials, steel and aluminum, and
And
stuff.
that comes with what? That comes with pollution. That comes with a lesser lifespan for human X, right? That
I
crap
don't
you
know
have.
to say. I don't know if I'm gonna say right to that. That's controversial because that's
Well,
along the lines of climate change.
yeah. So you're gonna have more factories, and factories emit fucking bad toxins. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think there's a good toxins going out in the air, right? There's less resources in the earth, in this earth. So
Yeah,
you got
I
to
can't
create.
disagree with that part. But
You got to create, these materials out of some shit. So you're going to create some chemically, because we don't have all the resources for that. So you're going to have to genetically do some chemical shit in order to do that, right? It's stupid if you want. I mean, I play a lot of video games, right?
Yeah.
And this is going to sound bad, right? But when you build a city, because I play SimCity, build city creators, right? You never want to put your industrial next to your residential or commercial, right? So what does that mean, right? Do you want to live next to a landfill?
Well, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Do you want to live next to a power plant?
Well, that's what this clean energy push is about.
All right, so there's the clean energy shit is bullshit, right? Because you still got to power the power plants, right? And if you have all EV electrical cars, so on and so forth, that means your power plants need more energy. And how do these power plants get more energy? You need bigger nuclear reactions, or you need more coal, or you need more oil, right? And all that's going to produce is the same amount of shit, probably even more, is going to cost, you know, the regular person more money because your utility bill is going to go higher.
So
So
what you're saying is your strategy is basically allow other countries to pollute their land and buy the energy from them and keep
yeah,
our
that's what
land
we do.
clean.
That's why we buy so much shit from China, because China pollutes their one area and they fucking export everything out of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why the fuck you want to, why the fuck you want to pollute the United States? That makes no sense.
That's theoretical as far as you're saying China is polluting itself. Is what you're saying?
China, India, Taiwan, they're polluting themselves. So fucking Mexico, right? They're taking all the toxins. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, now you want us to take all that toxin? Now you got to think about it. I was going to say the C word, but Trump, right? He doesn't care about this shit because he doesn't have to deal with that. Him, his family, his whole generation don't have to. They're never going to live in those situations. You know what I'm saying? For
Yeah.
you and I, we gotta deal with that shit. You know what I'm saying? And people that rock with that, I'm like, I don't get it, bro. I don't think you
Are
understand.
you saying that because he's old and he think he's gonna die by the time all this shit take
No, I'm
effect?
saying his family, him and his family, never gonna have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? It's,
Well, they
they
live on
they
the
they're gonna
earth.
live,
They
huh?
live on the earth. His generation is gonna have to deal with whatever seeds he sow as well, bro.
Yeah, but they're gonna make us like, yeah, you could build whatever you want, but not in this location right here. You know what I'm saying? If you want to build some shit, build it wherever the fuck you want, but you're not gonna build it over here where I live. You know what I'm saying? It's like you want to fuck up some water, go fuck it up in a black neighborhood or Hispanic neighborhood or a poor white neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna do it where these millions-dollar homes are at, where these execs live.
Well, I will argue that's a world issue. That's not really Trump issue because
Right?
the world has went towards technology with the chips, the computers, the energy that they're consuming from the earth. So there's someone who's going to have to bear the burden of getting these minerals. For example, Canada has said they're going to impose tariffs on their minerals that we buy
Yeah,
from them.
and that's smart. That's what I would do. I would not tax the United States 25. I would say, all right, you tax us 25. I'm gonna tax you guys 35 or 50. You want to play petty? Let's do the petty game.
Then
Because
I
to be honest, Canada does not need the United States. You know that, right?
So are you suggesting we need them?
Yes, because we don't have the energy. We don't have all the energy to produce. So you saw that they give energy to fucking Texas, right? They have all. They don't
Canada
have
gives
the. They don't
energy to
have the over.
Texas.
The thing is, Canada doesn't have the overpopulation like we do. We have overpopulation, all right? You can't. And then I'm telling you, it's because I showed you pictures. Like I traveled to Alaska and going through Canada, there ain't nothing there. You know what I'm saying? They don't have population, so their resource is good enough to support themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's why he wants a 51 state versus, because Canada has what's that shit called? They have I forgot. They got pro some shit like that. They have their version of counties. You know what I'm saying?
They had a version of who?
Like states and counties, right? I forgot what they call it, but they have their own version. You know what I'm saying? But they don't need all those resources like we do. We need all those fucking resources.
I don't
We're
know.
overpopulated.
I doubt it. 200, 300 million is not overpopulation for a land that's larger than Europe, that the entire Europe and so forth can fit into America, United States alone. And there's so much land. I think that overpopulation is an overblow.
We don't, have you ever been to a farm?
Have I ever been to a farm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ain't no way all that you can't, a cow, chickens, it's just too much. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean? What's too much?
No, we don't have enough. I'm saying like we don't have enough cows, we don't have enough chickens, we don't have enough food to feed United States, man.
I,
We don't.
I, Wait a minute. I have some Indians that argue that to the T. They claim that we feed the world, and we We got a lot of we not starving for food, I don't think, bro. I just think the only way that these other countries are really sticking to us is with the technology and the materials we need for that. But then again, you make me want to look up some information here.
Okay.
Should I look it up on Google or ChatGPT?
ChatGPT. Oh, well, seek in whatever. Seek what's that China shit?
What's the current? How should we ask this question? What are we trying to get? I'm trying to get what I'm trying to get out of this is how dependent is America on other countries for what? Energy, food, and energy. Let's just start there. And if you can think of some way to adjust that, then let me know. How much is USA dependent on other countries for food, energy, and other resources? And you give a percentage. I'm adjusting the question already. Matter of fact, let me share my screen so people can see me. How I wouldn't be surprised. This channel is not an AI bot. Brooklyn in the house. What's up, baby? We the bot channel. That's right, bro. We bots. We making bots. We are experimenting with making bots, though. I'm gonna say that. Cuban, you got anything to say?
If you checked out basketball.com, they got bots in there now.
Well, ChatGPT. All right, y'all. You see my screen? Is my screen being shared?
Yeah.
All right. How much is the USA dependent on other countries for food, energy, other resources? Can you give a percentage?
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if this channel is an AI bot.
Breakdown.
Shit.
Yeah,
I wish it's an AI bot channel, motherfucker. We're making so much money.
etc. Who you telling?
Shit, so Brooklyn, I hope this shit was an AI bot.
Response one, response two.
Oh, tell Brooklyn to tap in and see if we some bots. You know what I'm saying? Get your ass roasted right quick.
He probably a bot.
Yeah, he's probably a bot.
They be bots. They be sending bots here, man. I'm telling you. Thank you for joining us here. This is Kuban Can, HeruDaGuru. I'm right, you're wrong. If y'all think y'all right about anything,
Time out.
click the link.
Hold on 1 second.
And let's discuss this.
Why you say this is Kuban Can and this studio, I'm right, you're wrong? Because it sounds like when you say that, it sounds like you're right and I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because you're giving yourself the credit, not me. That's fucked up.
Don't take this personal. It's just the title of the show, my friend.
I gotta take shit personal, bro. You know how I am. I'm petty.
All right. Look at these responses. I'm gonna do response one first. The United States dependence on other countries for food, energy. Here's a breakdown. Overall energy as of 2023, the U.S. has been a net total energy exporter, meaning it exports more energy than it imports. So we're okay with energy, according to the response one. Petroleum for about 30. Hold on, let me finish reading it. Then you can rebut it, debate it, dispute it. Petroleum accounts for about 38% of U.S. energy consumptions. 2023, approximately 66% of U.S. energy imports were crude oil, with Canada being the largest supplier. So now I'm kind of confused how that works.
So how does that work? I buy your energy, right? Then I make it my energy and I sell it out.
Okay. So imports basically saying Canada's selling us energy right now.
Yeah.
Petroleum, 38%.
They're selling us energy and we're getting it and flipping it back for a profit.
It's about 38% of our consumption. So that's why one of these little shows said something about our energy could go up.
Yep.
The U.S. has hold on, let me see. Natural gas. The U.S. has become a net exporter of natural gas since 2017. In 2023, natural gas exports account for about 26% of total U.S. energy. Food. Between 2011 and 2021, imports accounted for about 15%. So that's pretty low. But our fruits and nuts is 44%. So that's going to be a price and increase in our fruits and vegetables.
Yep.
35% of vegetables consumed in U.S. were imported. A little higher. Critical minerals. Ooh, see, this is where it's hitting us hard. The U.S. is 100 import dependent. Lord Almighty. 100% dependent on 20 critical minerals, including graphite, manganese, and rare earth elements, which are essential for the technology and defense applications. So, are you trying to tell me they allowed themselves militarily to be 100% dependent? How long had this been?
Since
And we,
since we destroyed the us being a factory country.
wow. I didn't realize that though. 100% dependency and on the technology for military applications, it's saying. So theoretically, they could cut the pipeline to our military.
Yep.
So do people realize this? And they claim that we're the biggest, strongest military in the world.
I mean, the thing is, if that were to happen, right, then what's going to happen is Texas will have to tap into their oil reserves, right? And then that's a little bit dangerous because now if you tap into the Texas oil reserve, military United States uses that up and we're dry. So we'll survive for a little bit, but it's gonna eventually catch up to us.
I got a follow up question for the critical minerals, but I'm gonna ask a question for my boy Brooklyn since he thinks we're the AI bots. He said, "Checks, what's the Panama currency?" So I asked Chat GPT, "What's the Panama currency, and does it relate?" See if it has anything to do with it. Panama has two official currencies: Balboa, the official currency, but only issued in coins, no paper notes, and the U.S. dollar, its primary currency used for the paper transaction. How it relates: the Balboa is pegged 1-to-1 to the U.S. dollar, meaning they hold the same value. Panama does not print its own paper currency; it uses U.S. dollars instead. This monetary system eliminates exchange rate risk with the U.S. and facilitates trade and investment. Since Panama relies on the U.S. economy, it has a dollarized economy that benefits from economic stability, but also means it cannot control its own monetary policy. So
Now,
Panama,
this whole Panama thing, I'm kind of with Trump and MAGA a little bit here with this after learning some shit. So the Panama Canal was being built by the French. They weren't able to finish it. United States came in, finished the product, and said, "Hey, this strip here belongs to us," right? But then they came to an agreement to give it back to Panama in 1991 or something, or 99, right?
mm,
Which I don't know why the fuck you would sign some dumbass deal. Because if I build this shit is mine. You know what I'm saying? And taking that part back makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And I have a lot of Panamanian homeboards. I'm sorry, but it's like we built that shit. I need that shit back because that shit produces a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? So getting the Panama Canal back, I think it is important and it is vital Because if you do that, then you don't need all these dumbass tariffs. You know what I'm saying? But that canal does belong to the United States, and I don't know who the fuck signed to give that shit away. That shit was stupid. But they need to get that shit back.
Oh, okay, you maybe want to ask the question, though. When
I think
was
91 or 99 or something like that. That's when we give it back to them.
given away, and why does Trump want it back?
Don't ask part two, just ask part one. Ask part one first, then ask part two.
Okay, when was the Panama Canal given away? Okay.
To Panama, yeah.
I got you. I'm having a blip here. Let's see what we're talking about here. The Panama Canal officially opened on August 15, 1914. Construction started in 1881 by France, but abandoned in 89. U.S. took over in 1904. Completed and opened in 1914. First transit. Panama gained control December 13, 1999, as per the Torrijos-Carter treaties.
See, Q don't be lying, bro. Q be telling the truth. I'm not knocking these other channels that we got some fuck shit.
The canal significantly shortened marine time travel. Yeah. So
now ask part two. Ask why Trump wants it back.
Does Trump want it back? Explain any advantages.
Now, we can't get it back 100%. We need to do 50-50. We need to do something.
It's did a little certain. In December 2024, President Trump expressed intentions for the United States to reclaim control of Panama City, citing concerns over excessive tolls imposed on American vessels and potential Chinese influence. Our economic control, regaining authority over the canal could allow the U.S. to set more favorable toll rates for American shipping, potentially reducing cost for U.S. businesses. Strategic security. U.S. oversight might ensure that the canal remains accessible to American military, commercial vessels, especially during international conflicts, countering Chinese influence, addressing concerns about Chinese companies' involvement in port operation near the canal could mitigate perceived risks to U.S. interests. However, these proposals have been met with significant risks from Panama, which asserts its sovereignty over the canal. Panamanian officials have refuted claims of undue Chinese control and emphasized that the canal is managed exclusively by the Panama Canal Authority. The situation has led to diplomatic tensions, with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio visiting Panama to discuss these concerns. His visit has been accompanied by protests for Panamanians defending their nation's autonomy over the canal. Boy, you know what, though? I ain't going to much lie. He's setting the stage for them to all turn against America.
Yep. So, Brooklyn asked a question: what's the toll? The toll is about 2 to 3. It's like 2 to 3 million to go through that canal, right?
Okay, how much money does it cost to pass the canal?
Costs about 2 to 3 million.
Your hair will stand up. Your hair will stand up. That's what he's saying.
Yeah. Look, yeah, but ask Buddy, ask
the Panama.
It's about 2 to 3 million.
Fees. All right, that's wow. Simplified toll structure in an effort to streamline the toll system. That's just the toll calculation. Tolls are calculated based on various parameters, including vessel type, size, cargo capacity. For instance, container ships are charged based on their capacity expressed in 20-foot equivalent units, TEUs. As of April 1, 2016, the toll for container ships was set at $60 per TEU capacity, plus $30 per loaded container, potentially totaling $90 per TEU. When fully loaded, passenger vessels and other ship types have different toll structures, often based on tonnage or passenger capacity. Hold on, I want to know an actual figure, though. Can we calculate?
Just ask what's the average toll ticket.
Figure.
No, ask what's the average toll ticket.
The average who?
Toll ticket. Yeah. Or toll cost, whatever you want to say. Toll ticket, toll cost.
Okay, so here it is. Basically, they gave it a bait. 10,000 TEUs is the capacity. At 60 per thing, 30 feet. So it's basically 90 times 10,000. So per transit, about 900,000. Boat carrier might have 275. Cruise ship might have 414,000. So roughly. Those are rough figures. I don't gonna dispute him, but he's close. He's a million a pop. That's pretty much by the time you do all the fees, whatever.
Yep.
About a mil a pop. Sort of vessel might pay a half a mil. Cheapest thing I seen looks like about 250 bands per ship. And how many ships pass through the Panama per day?
Shit, no. You got that option or go around the whole fucking the whole thing and you're gonna pay some money.
And you right, risk losing your vessel going around the cone of South America with that
No, it's
current.
not that. They say it takes 2 months to get around. So you're adding 2 months to your trip.
That too, gas is gonna kill you.
Yeah, gas gonna kill you. So it's like it's smart just to go through it. So
So they're
but
talking about 22 vessels to conserve water, but they can't do up to 36 or so per day. So at 30, so they making about 30 million a day at least. That's a rough. That's a short estimate. That's a short estimate. 30 million a day. Uh, Let me see if that's right. Do you estimate revenue intakes monthly? Monthly revenue based on number of transits and average toll per ship. Ooh, yep, 445 million a month. Yeah, that's a little under the 30 million a day I projected. Cause they're doing a rough estimate. I estimated at a million a pop. They're estimating it here at a half a million average. 33 ships by 450,000. Yeah, a day. So yeah, 450 million a month. So that's nearly what, a billion, 2 billion a year.
yeah, and I don't know who the fuck gave it to him for free. I'm like, bro, what the fuck y'all doing?
No, that's more than that. That's a billion every 2.5 months.
Yeah,
So divide that by 12. That's about 5 to 6 billion a month. I
yeah. I
mean a
need, I
year.
need, I need some of that shit back, cuz.
5 to 6. Yeah, but then I was telling the people, even 6,000 cars fit on one container. You're talking $5.4 million in 20 minutes. Yeah, but they don't. 6,000 cars fit in one container. That I hope so, because they're getting charged per container. The more cars they can fit in those containers. Man, we just estimated. We just gave the Rush estimated Brooklyn. It's about 5 to 6 billion a year. 445 million a month. Yeah, they did that. We did. See, look at the screen. Blow it up. It says a daily calculation of 33 ships times $450,000 per ship. That's an average. It can go anywhere between 900 or a million a pop to down to 250,000 for the ship. So it all depends on what ships are coming through. You know what I mean? And 33 ships per day is an estimate. Sometimes they only get 20, 25 ships. 36 ships is a cap. They're trying to conserve water, so they're not going to push too many ships through it. So,
And that's another problem that happened, that conserving the water part.
mm, I bet y'all do. That's a tough job to even work on a big vessel or whatever the case may be.
And Brooklyn need to tap in because I want to talk to him now. He said he worked as a freight forwarder and we went through hell. What
Yeah,
type of hell
Brooklyn.
did he go through, Brooklyn?
Click the link, Brooklyn, and join the panel. If you feel you
Yeah, I
need.
want to know what hell he went through. I just want because that industry is so interesting.
Yeah, I got the dude I be debating on Smoke Channel named Super. He called himself Superman on his username, but I think he worked on the oil rig. He an engineer, so he probably got some interesting stories about it too.
Yeah, that shit it's a different world. But yeah,
Mm.
but taking over Panama makes sense. Fucking with Mexico and Canada makes no motherfucking
I'm
sense.
gonna ask you the question: will taking the Panama back help offset the tariffs imposed on Canada and their what they call retaliation tariffs? And it seems Trump is arousing the world to turn against us. USA. Now, chat, can you answer that? Will taking the Panama back help offset the tariffs imposed on Canada and their retaliation tariffs? And it seems Trump is arousing the world to turn against us. Reclaiming the Panama Canada would likely have little direct impact on offsetting. Ooh, here's why. The U.S. does not currently collect revenue from the Panama Canal. It's fully
Brooklyn's in the
controlled.
back. Brooklyn's in the back studio.
Okay. All right, Brooklyn. I believe you on with us. What's up, Brooke?
Hey,
Welcome to the channel.
welcome.
Where you from, my man? If you want to introduce yourself, and you got a few minutes to talk, and you got any questions or anything we have to say.
Originally from Brooklyn, Israel, and Germany.
Trinidad, Tobago.
What?
Germany. And they said
Oh,
Germany.
Germany. You said
No, I
Germany.
said Israel. I was born in the United States, Israel, and Germany. Grew up in Germany, Israel, and America.
Okay, you moved out throughout Europe. Oh, so you got a wide perspective on this world
Yeah,
view.
I only know about the canal, be honestly.
So
Why you?
educate us. What do you got? Because you said it was giving you hell. Give us some education here.
And before you
Um,
say something, you said you only know about the
I
canal.
know
Did
about
you
the
work somewhere around there?
what?
Did
Well,
you?
they're building the same as they have in the Panama Canal. It's being built another one in Nicaragua,
Mm-hmm.
so they have competition. So the prices will come down, and the Chinese are building it there.
Oh,
Hmm. And ever since Emmanuel Nicaragua, they overthrew the government in like 1985. Um, in Cologne, the Panama Canal, the free zone. So America took over his house. We have the biggest army base in the Panama Canal, and they protect all the boats that come through. But whenever it comes through the canal, the Panamanian boat drivers, they don't trust anybody driving the boat so they can damage the canal. So they
Mm-hmm.
have a driver that jumps on and he has to pass the 6 locks where he brings up the ship with the water. And as soon as they finish, they get off the boat and they continue on wherever they need to go.
got it.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I did recently seen a video about that Nicaragua plan. It
Yeah.
seems daunting. Do you think they'll be able to complete it?
I don't know. But they had a big, Panama has a big problem. Um, the boats become bigger and bigger and bigger. So the canal was originally built for smaller boats, and in order to approve the bigger boats, they need to widen it, make it deeper. So it's not as easy. It's very complicated.
Mm.
So let's say if we have a shipment coming from the Far East, you have to make all the arrangement 30 days before. And yeah, the shipments, the toll has to be prepaid. So I was trying to tell you that not 6,000 cars, not in a container, fills on a whole boat. So it's about $5.5 million. It takes about 12 to 14 hours from when they come in from the Panama side till they exit the Panama side. But the actual locks takes about 20 to 25 minutes to go from the Atlantic to the Pacific.
I'm trying to figure out where you estimating this 5 million based on these 6,000 cars. How are you calculating this
You said because it comes out to be $90,
per?
$90 per car,
Yeah.
and if it's 6,000 cars per boat, so
Oh, so
6 times 9, 90 is 5.4. That's why I figured it out. But sometimes it could be cheaper more expensive depending on the size of the car. The smallest car, I know there was a container with Volvos,
mm,
which are smaller cars, and 6,000 cars were filing up on the boat. And then you pay more if a cruise ship takes down the canal, tourists. But they can't pass now because it's too narrow, the canal.
mm,
So the bigger boats have to spend another, say, about 3 weeks extra to pass if they don't go through the canal.
mhm. So you worked on a freight
Freight
for?
forwarding. Yeah.
Is that what those ship cars? I'm assuming.
The containers, yeah.
Okay, because I had I worked on the ship on as a laborer. I had to pressure wash one of them barges that carry those cars.
No. I do the paperwork, the airway bills and everything else.
Oh, you do paperwork. You in the financial.
No. I could see how much it costs. It means
Yeah,
you
that's what
fill
I'm
out
saying.
the airway bills before they come in. You have to. There's a certain time slot. You can't just show up at the dock and get permission to pass the canal. Everything is timed out up to 30 days before. The boats
Mm,
come in on a time clock.
I got you. I got you. Interesting. Interesting.
And the Americans have they have an army base right next door. So basically, we give them security. So there's no pirates and nothing.
Hmm.
Um, so the argument is that if we pay the security and if we paid it to build and they use the U.S. currency, why do we give it out to a different country because they gave out a bid and they came in at the lowest. Why do we give it out to a third country to pass U.S. Navy vessels and everything else? Got to be sick to do that,
So we're fronting the bill for everything.
basically. And we fund the bill, but they get to, by the end of the day, they take it home. They have nothing. I mean, Panama's 90% of the GDP is only the canal, 5% is bananas, and the other 5% is banking.
It seems like a deliberate plan because all of a sudden Canada, we have never had issues with Canada. Like, let's be real.
I think it's more politics than tariffs. I think it's has to do more with it's revenge for the
So you
previous
think
administrations. They stopped the pipelines and everything.
I got you.
You don't just wake up from one day to the next and 25% over the weekend. Just doesn't happen like that. And also Trump, when they built over Panama City, he basically built over the whole Panama City. He had like five or six projects, Trump Towers and Trump Hotels and everything, and they went belly up. So this is kind of like putting it back where it hurts.
So what's your? Go ahead, Cuban.
So is it more like a revenge that Trump is doing?
I wouldn't call it a revenge, but something doesn't smell right.
Yeah, it don't smell right because I said Canada.
Yeah, Canada, Mexico. Most people don't even know. Most people don't even know where Greenland is on the map, let alone taking it back.
Yeah, that's something else, and that's another deeper layer to it. But I can even give him credit for the Mexico excuse. He's saying, "All right, y'all been flooding us, da da da." I can give him a little leeway, but Canada,
Yeah, we're more dependent on them than they are dependent on us.
I know it, but okay, who they dependent on? Say that again.
They need us more. I mean, we need them more than they need us.
Okay, I thought that's what. Okay, yeah, because it's based on that ChatGPT, we're dependent on their energy, pretty
Yeah,
heavy.
but they take our wheat. I mean, America is the biggest exporter of farmland and USDA beef and what else? I don't know. But
Yeah, I was telling Kuban that we got food that they're gonna hit us hard on the technology because we're 100% dependent on our military materials.
it's our own making.
That's why we
The,
got interest on
yeah,
that.
all those protests about climate change and everything.
Mm-hmm.
We were mining for lithium and all those battery equipment in the Colorado, Nevada. I don't know where they used to, and we stopped that because of climate change.
We stopped searching
No,
or
they stopped the mining. They stopped everything.
I got you.
It was
So
cheaper to bring it overseas than to.
yeah, that's what Cuban was kind of suggesting. He was saying the better strategy is to let other countries dig up their resources and buy it
Yeah,
from them and not pollute our land.
we have more than enough energy and lithium capabilities, but it takes us about 20 years or maybe 10 years to build it up where it needs to be.
The infrastructure,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, that's what Trump was saying. He said it's going to be a little bit of disruption at first, but we'll come out of it better.
yeah.
Now about that. This is not a 5-day project.
No,
This
but
is a
that's
this is
how
a
it works.
long.
Yeah,
We just said 10 years, maybe 20.
Yeah, he's not even gonna be around it. So by the time that we're
it's
us Americans,
two
we're
and a half, 2.5 presidential cycles.
yeah, but every 4 years there's a new president, right? So it's like they're gonna kill that planet, and meanwhile we're gonna be struggling, and it's like, oh my bad, I'm out of here. You guys struggle with this shit. I'm gonna live in wherever I'm gonna live at.
100%.
So that makes it makes no sense to struggle because like we're not back in the industrial eras where we could there was a nothing and you could do that, right? Now it's like now you got to pay you got to pay the piper now.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It means they'll have to come to the table. 25% is a lot of money.
Yeah, but then I asked the question, why only 10% for China?
No.
But
So what happened is China, we raised them 25% about 8 years ago or a year before COVID happened. and then he's adding another 10% to the 25%.
So it's 35 total.
It's not 35. It's 25%, which happened already, which is priced into the prices. So never went down to the prices, adjusting for inflation. It's not gonna go back again, but he just added another 10%, which is crazy. It's going.
So why did you, Burke? A quick question: why did you think we were bots?
I don't know. Just a joke. I don't know. Your voices were very metally. Sound like
Studio, yeah, studio got that. Studio has a recordable voice.
You
yeah.
talking about medley? Describe this medley.
I don't know. It doesn't sound natural. It's like you have a picture out of a robot. That's your profile picture.
I got you. You know, I got this robot picture. It's a character of a cartoon series that I wrote, and I need some artwork, some artists to help me out. So that's just an AI image. I was
Yeah.
testing out.
Yeah. You don't know what's real and what's not real.
Nowadays.
I was just kidding. I don't know what AI bot is even.
That's true though. You don't know what's real and what ain't real.
I
The
didn't
same.
even know what AI bot is, honestly speaking. I know what Chat GPT is, but you hear all about the nonsense. Most people don't even know what a bot is, or people think it just it's like another person living on this planet that works 24 hours a day. You don't have to program it. You don't have to do it. It's not true. It's good. It's good for the certain industries. It's good, like medical industries, but no one is losing the job for artificial intelligence. The same thing happened when fax machines came out and computers came out. People thought they're going to lose the job, but you need more jobs for IT. There's certain things AI cannot do.
Yeah, I'm more on that side, believing that AI is just a scam, a hype.
Yeah, it's gonna happen, but I don't think anybody's gonna lose their jobs. Certain things they can do. Medical industries they can do. They can't physically replace UPS and FedEx, deliver packages. They can't cook food in a restaurant. It doesn't make any common sense.
Well, I disagree with you on that because all you got to do is build drones, right, that work properly in order to deliver your packages, right? Um,
Who's gonna do the? I mean, they can deliver it from across America, but who's gonna do the? It's called the last mile.
mhm.
Who's gonna do deliveries actually to go up to your apartments or park?
The the bot would do it. The not the bot, the drones. You build drones big enough to drop it off at your home,
If
right?
you,
So getting it, so where I agree with you is getting it to the facility is going to be difficult, but delivering the last stop, I think a drone could do that. Now, I'm playing devil's advocate here, right? Obviously, I don't think that could happen because now you have air traffic, and as you see, there's two planes that crashes now. You're going to increase your air traffic more with all these drones. You're going to create a lot of traffic in the air, and there's going to be a lot of crashes, right? So I don't think it could happen that way, but I'm just playing devil's advocate. Is like you could do it,
I
but
don't
it's not smart to do it.
I don't know if you're aware of the consumer electronics industry.
Hmm.
The biggest drone cameras are made by a company called DJI, which is a Chinese company, and they want to initiate anybody that buys a drone in a store, or Best Buy or Walmart. They have to fill out a license, but anybody can fly around those dangerous drones, the small ones. Forget about the big ones. People can go into the neighbors' backyards with a camera and record everything. So they have to start from small and going to big, but I
Yeah,
don't just
I know this is going to get real interesting here pretty soon.
not so fast.
Uh, Listen, the robots. I think AI will take some jobs because they've already done it in the telemarket industry. Right? You know, you call and talk to You can't even get a human on the phone as
You
much.
can't get him on the phone. Yeah.
But then they outsource them jobs. If you do
Yeah,
get a human, it's going to be a foreign person more than likely now. Um,
yeah. But most any company that makes a good profit margin, they're bringing jobs. People are fed up with the call centers, and people want to speak to someone that knows English and knows who you're actually talking to. It means if you call, I don't know if Chase Bank or Bank of America, but if you call someone who has a bigger account in a bank, they're not going to pick up in China or India. They're not outsourcing that privacy.
what about the privacy? There's no more privacy.
Your bank account and stuff like that.
Yeah,
What
those
about
the small bank accounts, but not big corporation. They're not handled by outsourcing. They're not giving all the details.
Well, yeah, I worked at a bank. I understand what you got. They got special agents that handle high profile accounts, or if you're a person of a political figure and all that. Oh, they got the BSA and all that, but
They have bigger problems than that.
they still allowing AI to literally take over.
What are you going to do with all the police and the prisoners? You can have AI monitor them and arrest the people.
That's what this whole technology is about. This quantum computing and Stargate. I've been pointed out. I said, why are they inventing stuff to track us? They're just inventing. I mean, this is not super innovation. Like, oh, we're in the new tech. Look at all the tech we're inventing. Just because it's new doesn't mean it's so innovative, so advanced. All it does is track you.
Yeah, everyday people who need to pay the rent or they live month to month. Nobody's dependent on what AI is going to bring. It's not going to pay the bills for tomorrow.
It's
Good to
just
talk.
track.
Yeah, it's good to talk and build up the stock price for Tesla or everything else, but they don't have the chip capacity or the electric capacity to run NVIDIA chip.
No, they claiming that that's what they're going to build with Stargate. These large data infrastructure, data centers, and they're going to have the power to produce, and they're
Yeah,
going to have the power. So that's
I don't
that's
see.
what this that's what this $500 billion investment from Mao and what this Sam Altman, and they've been pretty much worshiping AI, saying, "Oh, it's the new golden age." Trump, it's the new golden age. What is this new golden age?
Where was everybody when he was in court fighting 6 months ago in downtown Manhattan? All these cases, nobody was there. Maybe Marco Rubio or Vivek. Elon Musk wasn't there, and Larry Page wasn't there. Sam Milton wasn't there. Nobody was there. He went in the morning and came out at night for I think it was 6 weeks. Nobody backed him. It's crazy. This
This is
guy,
a
he's a fighter.
no.
I don't
This
know about that.
This is a world puppetry. This somebody's behind the curtains doing this because they're dismantling America. And I think it has something to do with the Vatican saying, hey, y'all need to give the land back to the natives. We're wrong about manifest destiny.
Really?
The Vatican made that announcement. They said they were wrong for this whole uh, indoctrination of the land here in America. And the
Maybe.
manifest destiny, they were wrong, and they need to get the land back. So this is what it looks like to me. They're abandoning this country,
Could be.
and they're gonna leave us poor without a lot, and we're not used to doing it on our own.
Listen, I think he has about 6 months or a year to prove that he could turn the country around. And if a year from now, the eggs prices and everything else is going to stay the same, people are going to call BS.
You only give him 6 months.
That's it. Well, the 6 months, I don't know if you followed what happened in December, what came out last week. The inflation went up by 2.5% in December.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, I mean, well, that's been going up, and I don't expect him to necessarily be able to stop that upward slide all of a sudden in 6 months when it's been going up, since I've
he's
watched, been born.
he's going to push for interest rate drops to stabilize the real estate industry. Um,
Well, how can you stabilize it when there is nobody to work those fields anymore?
well, people can't afford it, so most people are going to go on foreclosures, and it's the same cycle again, all over again. Same thing happened in 2008. Same thing happened in 20 when COVID happened, and it's going to happen again. Maybe another 5 years, but
To me, in my opinion, man, this country has been operating like a gambling house, just like a rake. They take a rake. You sit at a poker table.
mm,
You got money. Some people win the money, and then one hand another person win the money, and then another person win the money. The money's going moving around the table, but each hand, the house gets a rake. So that's like the tax. Every time tax or money change hand, they get some type of tax on it.
yeah, I read somewhere that the American 12-month, the whole money exchange is like $7 trillion,
Yeah.
and 1 trillion just goes for the interest rates to pay our debt that, that we borrow money for the Chinese or Japanese. I don't have no idea. But
And that whole idea seemed preposterous to me. Like I can't even imagine where we ever went and borrowed that much money from China and what the hell we needed to for it. What we spend that borrowed money on.
I don't know. I have no idea. Doesn't make our lives better.
It don't make no sense to me. I think it's so full of crap. There's
Mm.
no way. What do
He's
we
ju-
borrow?
he's
You needed that money for infrastructure, for highways,
We
boats,
ain't built a
trains.
highway yet. Our highway infrastructure's ain't been upgraded. I don't know how long. And the Chinese not responsible for that. We
yeah.
borrow
Yeah,
what money to build what?
pay government employees,
Man,
government buildings.
I gotta ask ChatGPT this.
Yeah.
Let me share my screen, man, because I can't believe it.
Yeah. Every 4 years, someone comes in, stirs the pot, stirs the water, and we're back to the same thing.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Every 4 years, the same is like, let's say Trump is successful, right? Then it's like the next president has to come in and do their thing. And it's like, what? Now we got to do this all over again, start all over again. And, it's just,
Yeah.
I think these terms need to be 6 years instead of 4 years, right? But,
Well, if the senators can keep the jobs forever, the Supreme Court can keep the jobs forever. I don't know
well,
if
I don't think a president should keep their job forever.
I don't
That's
think,
crazy.
but if he doesn't
Huh?
get the support from his own backers, I think like a prime minister.
Well, then we have a communist country then.
It's not a
All right,
communist.
that's not what America was built on. America was built on a two justice system. They weren't built on a one justice system.
Yeah, but do you think that we need the popular votes or we need the?
See, that's tricky because on the popular side, it's not fair because Democrats have the most population. Democrat city and states have the most population, right? So they're always going to win, right? Now when that's a tough question.
It's the same cycle. It's the same. It's never going to change. It's the same They're going to do the Census Bureau again, and they're going to split it up with the ballots, whatever that's called.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all the swing states, the small states, control the politics, and the big states like New York, California, are always going to suffer. New York, California, going to stay liberal, and Pennsylvania and all these all these states control the whole United States. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to fix this stuff, to be honest.
They
All
don't
right.
even,
So I asked it a question: how could U.S. be trillions of dollars in debt? Who did they borrow from? How much? And what is it needed for? It seems like a scam. Explain any discrepancies. So as it says here, the U.S. national debt is over 34 trillion, which raises a lot of questions about how the government got here. Where is it sustainable? Let's break it down.
how much do we pay just an interest rate for that?
All right, so stars right. Where does the U.S. owe money to? The U.S. borrow money by issuing treasury bonds, which investors and governments buy. The debt is split into a debt held by the public, 26 trillion. This includes foreign countries, 7.6 trillion.
Negative.
Huh?
Negative 26. See the minus?
Oh, okay. Well, so you saying yeah. Obviously, we're talking about negative money because this is debt. So I'm not even going to announce that it's positive, negative value. But 7.6 trillion for foreign countries, 1.1 to and trillion to Japan, 800 billion to China, UK, and others. Investors and institutions. So they got 18.4 trillion in debt to banks, pension funds, mutual funds, individuals. Interesting. This money, the government also owes itself 8 trillion to the Social Security Trust Fund and federal agencies like the Military Retirement Fund.
Yeah, it's scary.
Why did the U.S. borrow so much? Okay, military spending 900 billion per year. Endless wars, they blame it on Iraq, Afghanistan. It cost 8 trillion by itself. Maintain 750 plus military bases. That's ridiculous. Weapons programs and defense contracts. Social programs and benefits, 3.5 trillion. Okay, so obviously they're putting money into these programs is where they're behind it. So economic bailouts and stimulus in 2008, you mentioned Brooklyn, the financial crisis, bank bailout, 700 billion. You also mentioned the COVID relief. I didn't know it was 5+ trillion in stimulus. I knew it was stimulus. I didn't know it was 5 trillion is claiming here as Chevy. Discrepancies and possible scams. Where does the money go? The government spends more than it earns, but keeps raising the debt ceiling. A lot of military spending disappears into classified programs, black budgets. Social Security is technically funded, but the government borrows from it to cover other expenses. So, dang, who profits from U.S. debt? Banks and wealthy investors buying U.S. bonds and collect interest. The Federal Reserves hold 6 trillion U.S. debt, printing money to. Listen, is it a scam? Ooh, it says yes in some ways. The government keeps borrowing without accountability, passing debt to future generations. The military industrial complex, Wall Street, and big corporation benefits the most. And so it gives you a note too. Debt allows the U.S. to keep functioning, funding critical programs, maintain global dominance. The problem is spending without discipline is not borrowing yourself. See, even in this no, it's still,
Yeah.
bad. Can
If
the
you
U.S.
have if you have
pay
a
it off? Unlikely.
if you have a credit card from American Express and you have a $5,000 credit limit, the money over it's going to be denied. I don't know how these people can get borrowing more money,
You know
raising,
what? Go ahead, man.
raising the credit line. I don't know how they do it.
No, this is an easy fix. This is an easy fix because I work in collections. I work for banks, accounts receivable, and they got something called the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. They got something that called bankruptcy, Chapter 713, and they got some where you're just not going to get paid back your money.
So they can write it off, but
It's written off. That's the risk of doing business. So some of these investors, some of these individuals, some of these corporations, some of these so-called banks, they're going to have to write it off. And what are they going to do about it? Because we took the money and built the biggest military, allegedly. So this is crap. Cut the crap. If you're going to spend 750 billion or trillion in Afghanistan bullying them folks, are you scared to pay back a few investors, a few corporations, a few banks?
Why would you pay back, Studio?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They can say, hey, man, when we file in bankruptcy, this is what it is. You know, and a lot of times in chapter 13 or 7, they'll make a small payment plan. And you're getting these little bit of money, and you better just be glad you're getting that.
Shit, I might do that shit, man. To be honest,
that's what the country.
Why keep paying down this debt that you probably could never do it, right? And it's like, fuck it, file for bankruptcy, come to an agreement, and pay less. The American way. Trump did it.
To think about it.
So So Trump, right? I don't like Trump at all, but he's a true American dream. Every time he can't pay a bill, he files for bankruptcy, right? All that shit gets cut in half, a third, or whatever. He's like, all right, I'll pay that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, isn't that the smart thing to do as a businessman?
Yeah, that's what he does. That's why he started making the money. Elon Musk. And the same thing with Warren Buffett. They said, they pay less than 10% of what they make a year to taxes. He said that's the law, and we could do it.
Yeah, it's smart.
Are we concerned about our country's credit? Like if we file for bankruptcy and say, hey, we can't pay you back. Okay, USA got bad credit. Stop.
You got as long as you got your missiles and guns, that shit doesn't matter.
Who you gonna borrow to? The Chinese? India?
I still think it's a scam because I'm looking at World War II and something has shocked me when I saw something say that the Chinese lost more lives, almost 3 times as many as any other country in this World War II. And I was like, dang, I didn't even realize they was in World War II. And I went back and looked at it and I said, okay, they were fighting Japan. And Japan, I said, wait a minute. Did America use Japan to subdue China? They saw China growing. And they used it. And because it's amazing how they dropped the bomb in Japan, but then yet build them up to this big technological advanced country, and you owe them most money out of all this debt, as far as country wise.
Yeah. They can't build their own military because we messed up there. So we don't allow them to build up the military because we're afraid of them. So the U.S. has to pay for Japanese protection. U.S. pays for, it means NATO, for Germany, because we don't allow them to have their own military.
Hold on, I got to dispute you on that about Germany. Because about a year, maybe 2 years ago, I was furious. Well, I ain't going to say furious, but I was reading this article about the China Red Sea and how they allowed Germany, the most advanced warship in the modern era, to go over there to patrol that. I said, that's amazing how Germany was supposed to be in the Nazi war and we had to go in. And now they get to police the world with their military, most advanced warship. That don't even make sense to me either.
No, they can't have their own. The U.S. military is the biggest military in Germany.
Is it India? No.
No.
We don't have the biggest military anymore. It belongs to a different country.
Yeah.
I think it's India.
Yeah. Far people wise, see, they look at it as people wise.
Like, yeah, we have the most powerful. but we don't have the most.
I don't know if we have the most powerful either, because the track records, we've been getting ran up out of there.
I don't
BMW.
think we get ran up out of there. We just select to get up.
We go back to Vietnam, man, and we blundered.
BMW used to be the biggest airplane manufacturer.
If we're so powerful, why did it cost that much money for Iraq, Afghanistan, and we had to abandon billions of dollars worth of equipment?
Because it costs more to bring it back.
How? Well, you've been fighting for 20 years with no resolve. And you're so mighty.
You don't even know what we're fighting again. Most people don't even know how we got to Afghanistan, that we even left in 2021. Nobody knows that we abandoned it.
I'm glad we brought this up, because I meant to ask this. I almost forgot. Do you think that has something to do with your heritage? I ain't gonna say that. I don't know what your heritage is, but I know you mentioned Israel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm Jewish.
And I think they have a strong tie with the reason and why we're warring over there so much. Do you have any knowledge about that?
Yeah, I think we're fighting to let them fight everybody in their own battle, but we don't want to bring it home. They don't want us to fight here. So they're going to fight in Afghanistan, Israel, all over, but not in the United States. That's what it comes down to.
I think it's biblical.
Biblical?
This whole thing that they got going on, they're worshiping something.
I don't know who saw the tunnels building. I don't know how they can do it.
You should know some about some biblical, because Israel is surrounded in biblical. Their very core is biblical.
Yeah, even in the Bible, there was always wars. There was an aggressor and a victim.
You know, that's something I never get into. I don't like debating people when it comes to religion and stuff, because there's just so many twists and turns, and it's like I don't even know who's the truth, what's the truth, or whatever. And I stay out of those debates.
All I can tell you is before 1948, people were living in Israel. Palestinians and Israelis were getting along fine. People were living in the same buildings, one floor. Israelis, one floor. Palestinians, everybody was fine. Till recently, Israel every day took in Palestinians to work in construction or anything labor intensive.
Mm-hmm.
We go through the cycle every 15 years.
How do you feel about that?
What?
How do you feel about that? Are you tired of like what's going on over there, or no?
What can we do? It means, what am I going to tell the people?
Yeah.
Don't give back the hostages, because one life is equals to 100 lives in Palestinians. I don't know. There's protests against, people don't want the hostage exchange, but who are we to say, if it'd be our son or our daughter, wouldn't you want them home? If they don't value life, I don't know.
It's a difficult topic, man. A difficult subject. Is like I don't lean on either side. I think both sides are wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know who's more wrong than the other one. I refuse to get on that debate, because I'm like, I don't know who's right and who's wrong in the situation. And what I don't like is when people try to, pro-Palestine, pro-Israel, and it's like they have no idea what's really going on. It's like, man, stay out of this, man. This is
Exactly. That's my main argument, Cuban. Like over here in America, we shouldn't be pom-pomming for nothing over there, because we don't know what's going on truly.
We don't know. It means 1 week Beepus explodes, the second week, I don't know what goes on there.
But I will ask you a question, because you did mention 1948.
Mm-hmm.
So what about that date that sticks out to you? Because you Tim, just pull that out of your head.
That's when the Israeli government was created. Israeli state,
The the which state again?
state of Israel.
Okay, that's when Israel was officially a state. What do we know? Matter of fact, you made me want to ask ChatGPT that now. What was Israel before 1948? You might
Palestine.
already know that. I
And that
forgot.
was due to the Holocaust. Am I right about that or wrong?
Oh
Okay.
Lord, they done gave me a Roman biblical.
Real
See,
thing.
look. Oh,
Well,
wait a minute now. See, look what this says. What was Israel's name before 1948? Before 1948, the land known as Israel was part of several historical entities with varying names depending on time period. So the first thing it said ancient and biblical times. And I don't know if ChatGPT was listening to us or listening to me. Canaan, the ancient name for the region before it was settled by the Israelites. Kingdom of Israel and Judah. I ain't trying to make this this wasn't really going to be a religious conversation. I'm not trying to bring religion into this. Roman Byzantine period. I'm just reading the subtopic. Islamic and Ottoman period. British Mandate period. Oh, let's look at this because this is more in our time. Following World War One, the League of Nations granted Britain a mandate to govern the area. The region was called Mandatory Palestine. Interesting. With boundaries that included present day Israel, the West Bank, Gaza, and Jordan. See, this is where we might have to really dig deep. Like, why was this British mandate a thing? Now, see, maybe you said 1948, but
yeah,
now I would digress and say it was maybe 1917.
no, the British, they just managed. I mean,
I understand what you're saying, and everything was still fine before 1948, but this looks like I'm gonna get into before 1917. Let's just say that, but let's keep going. Modern Israel, 1948 to present. That's what I'm focused on that day. On May 14, 1948, the state of Israel was officially declared, marking the establishment of a Jewish state. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So that's telling me Britain and the Jews are intertwined.
no, they didn't get along with the British.
Ah, maybe the people on the surface, but if I'm looking at this correctly, British mandate period, and after this League of Nations and this so-called mandatory Palestine, and this is to me their planning stages. And then this date of 1948 is officially the date they stamped their plans.
Yeah,
And now they're calling it the Jewish state. A Jewish state. And you wouldn't believe the British governing this along with their League of Nations had anything to do with that.
have you ever been? Have you ever been in Israel?
No, I haven't.
Right. Well, if you,
That's what I'm saying. I said I could see where you saying the people on the streets didn't like, they was because like right here in America, black and whites don't get along. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of propagated from above. So I can see where they got some propagation from above that make the British and they hate each other. But secret behind closed doors, these League of Nations got another plan. That's just where I'm looking at it. I don't know if y'all disagree with me. Y'all are welcome to give me y'all point of view.
well, if you go to the Western Wall, it means that you can see it from there. I mean, there's a wall where the Jewish people pray, and there's on top of that there's the Dome of the Rock, I think it's called, and They pray there 3 times a day.
Hmm.
They respect each other. I mean, they
Hmm.
pray on the top. The Jewish people pray on the bottom. Till the extremists come and they bombs and these kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's a whole nother little layer. But what I'm more interested in too now is, well, if this is the official first Jewish state, where were they before? And they pray heavily. You said they prayed 3 times a day and they got along. What? Why was there a need to make this official Jewish state if they were already all right? I mean, where were they before? That's a big
Well,
question.
I think it happened because when people are trying to escape from World War II, they had nowhere to turn to. It means America was open before the war, but after the war, they closed it. They wouldn't allow anybody to pass through the Statue of Liberty. So they realized they need to have their own state, and that's where they created it. But I don't think it wasn't this tense up until the 1970s.
Okay, I'm finna ask ChatGPT, who are the people that make up this Jewish state, and why did they have to make an official Jewish state? See what they got to say about it, man. I need to know. I need to Palestine and okay, here we go. And I know I don't take ChatGPT as the official answer because I know they're pulling from resources that could be yay or nay, but it just gives us a background or baseline to start a conversation. So the modern state of Israel is made up of people from various backgrounds, but it's primarily a Jewish state. Here's a background of the key groups that make up the population and the reasons behind the creation of a Jewish state. Jewish population is Ashkenazi Jews,
Yeah.
Jews of Eastern European descent who make up a significant portion of Israel population. I remember to talk about the Sephardic Jews. Jews who come from Spain, Portugal, North Africa, and the Middle East, which we speculate that they're more black Jews.
Yeah,
And
Yemen,
that
all these type. Yeah,
Mizrahi Jews from Middle
those
East.
are the people that come from Iran and
Yeah,
Yemen.
so they're all Jews.
Yeah.
So are all these Jews fleeing from their different areas? That's just a question. Anybody may know the answer or may
Well,
not.
they pray to different. They have a different Quran than we have. It's basically the same thing, but they have different praise.
Ah, so they I'm sorry, they're not actually a Bible. They really have the Quran in the Jewish. They're Islamic in Israel.
Yeah, I think the Israeli population is 8 million people, if I'm not mistaken.
It's almost see, that's why I be trying to tell people
40% is Arab.
because it almost seems like there's some Catholic or some type of Abrahamic system in Israel.
Yeah, yeah. Catholic is pretty big. I mean,
Do you
Ethiopia is
think
pretty
they
big.
fight amongst each other?
No, to get along.
You know, fine. Okay,
No,
Ethiopian Jews also in there from Ethiopia who migrated to Israel in the 1980s and 90s. Russian speaking Jews, Jews by choice, people who have converted to Judaism, adding to the diversity. You see, that's what I'm saying. I thought Jews were officially Judaism, which is Abrahamic, but there's some Islamic Jews.
okay, so put in how many percent of Israel is Muslim.
That's interesting. Dynamic indeed. Palestinian Arabs, a significant portion of Israel population. Arab citizens of Israel who are mostly Palestinian Arab. These citizens are largely Muslim with a small Christian and Druze minority. They are descendants of the people who live Bedouins, a subgroup of Arab population, many of whom are nomadic or semi-nomadic and live in the Negev desert. Other minority groups like Druze, Christian Arabs, Bahis. Why did Israel need to become official Jewish state? Historical background. Jewish persecution in Europe. For centuries, Jews faced persecuted, discriminated pogroms, violent attacks, I guess, in Europe and Russia. The most extreme example was the Holocaust. But that was 1941 through 45. Y'all been planning this from 1917 up until this. So this is what I'm wondering. Were 6 million Jews were killed by Nazi Germany. This whole event solidified a need for a safe homeland for Jews. But see, now I'm kind of confused out on what really is a Jew. Because it's not actually a nationality. It's not actually a religion, because you got Judaism, you got Muslims, Islam. What is a Jew then, really?
Well, 90% of the Israeli Muslims that live in Israel are pretty good. The 90% are not the troublemakers. It's the other 10%.
Mm.
They use the same airports. They use the same bus stations. They live pretty well one another. And you just hear about the 10%. Israel can't be self-sufficient on their own if they wouldn't have the Arabs, and the same with the other way around. That's why Trump is fighting. He thinks he can fight with all the neighbors, but at the end of the day, we need them.
Okay, so I'm asking it now, what are Jews? Because it seems not to be based on nationality or religion, as Muslim and Judaism can be considered Jews.
Go back to the first line. It says the concept.
Yeah, it's I got a lot of stuff it's writing about. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. The concept of Jewish identity is complex and multifaceted, blending elements of ethnicity, religion, culture, and history. You are correct that Jewish identity doesn't fit neatly into categories like religion or nationality alone. Let's break down the different aspects. Interesting. Jewish ethnicity, people, ethnic group. Jews are often considered an ethnic group with shared ancestry, history, and cultural practices that trace back to the ancient Israelites, the ancestors of the Jewish people. Diaspora. Over thousands of years, Jews have lived in diaspora, scattered around the world, but they maintain common ancestral roots that tie them together as a people, regardless of whether they follow Jewish religion. See, now I kind of wonder how that is so, if the Jews are considered this ethnic group and directly related to Israelites. So they're claiming, how did these Israelites get dispersed all over the world? But anyway, genetics. Many Jews share genetic markers linked to ancient populations of the Middle East, particularly those in modern-day Israel. However, Jews have also intermarried with various other people throughout history, creating, I got you. So that goes back to what we looked at, where it had the Roman and the biblical and the Canaans.
No, where it had the Ashkenazi. You see the next line? Ashkenazi, Sephardic, Mizrahi.
Yeah, okay. With roots in Eastern Europe. Yeah, I understand that. I understand that these are the differences of the Jews. But it's still not explaining to me what ties them all together to be a Jew then. It's not the religion either.
Nobody knows. They don't teach us that.
It's because they're biblical. And they're not going to give you all the biblical. Some of this biblical stuff going to be hidden in one God. And let's see, Jewish religion. Let's see what this is talking about. Judaism is a religion of the Jewish people. And it forms a central part of Jewish identity for many individuals. It is one of the oldest monotheistic religions in the world, with teaching centered on the belief in one God and the adherence to the Torah, sacred texts that include the 5 books of Moses, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, to Deuteronomy. Jewish laws and practices. Judaism includes a variety of rituals such as Sabbath observance, dietary laws, celebrations, Passover, Yom Kippur. Diverse denomination. Judaism has several branches, including Orthodox, Conservative, and Reform, each with varying interpretations of religious beliefs. Practice. Okay, that's fair. Jewish nationality, statehood, the creation of the state of Israel, 1940, brought a national dimension to Jewish identity. Okay, Zionism. This is why I hear the news people word they use a lot. This is one of the news our favorite words. A political movement that began in the late 19th century, calling for the establishment of Jewish homeland in Palestine, led to the establishment of Israel as a Jewish state. Israel Jews, the popular Israel includes both religious Jews and secular Jews.
Well, there's a lot of things that everybody, the West doesn't have it correct. It means we all pray to the same God. And go up a second. Let me just see. I had something in mind. Went out my mind. Oh, just scroll up to a little bit higher.
Okay, now I understand why they consider it this part Jew with the religion.
Oh,
So
okay.
it says, so let me read this real quick. Now let's go. Religious Jew.
Before I forget, let me just tell you what I meant.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
It means even now, 60%. I mean, 60% of the Jewish people do not accept the Israeli government as a state of Israel. Even within 60% believe and 40% don't believe. It means that they don't take any money from the government. They never made a ID identification, or they don't consider themselves Jewish, because the Jews can only consider themselves after the Messiah comes. That's when the state of Israel is going to be reborn. So a lot of people don't. 40% don't send their kids to the military. They live their own peace, and they don't bother us. They don't draft to the military. They don't mix, and they don't pay taxes. But you can't live like that, because you need to be a citizen of somewhere.
I'm sitting back and relaxing, enjoying this conversation because I'm getting educated here.
No, because so now I understand the little religion aspect, because here it said religious Jews. You must fight to be a Jew religiously and consider yourself a religious Jew. You must follow Judaism. A person born to Jewish parents who converts to Islam or Christianity will no longer be considered Jewish in the religious sense, but they might still identify as ethnically Jewish, because if you have Jewish parents who are considered ethnically Jewish, then you'll be ethnically Jewish. Now, that's a more complex aspect. But they're also saying Christianity, Islam, or secular humanism are considered part of the Jewish ethnic group.
Yeah.
And it says here, the statement about Muslim being considered Jew might be referring to the fact that Judaism and Islam share common historical and religious root, with prophets like Abraham, Moses, and David appearing in both religions. I told people that's the same religion when I fight them on it. But anyway, why the confusion? Jewish identity doesn't follow the same neat lines of religious identity or nationality in other groups. I got you. I told y'all, boy, they
you see how it went from Panama to Israel?
That's what we're doing. You're right and you're wrong. So that's what happens.
Yeah, it's any topic. We freestyle. Now, sometimes we'll come on with a baseline topic. We're talking about sports. We're talking about the college football. But it was just Sunday, and we're like, hey, man, we got a few things to say. We're gonna get them off our chest, and I like that. I like to veer off or whatever. I was going to talk about Israel anyway because you told me you were from Israel, so I was fascinated with that. And then to me, Israel and Trump might have some effects because he's going to eventually his policy is going to shape what happens a little bit over there as well. So
No, he's
that's
not.
the main reason.
They're not. They're not on good terms.
They're not.
Yeah, I've seen that with him and Netanyahu and all that. But I remember Netanyahu being the first one to actually mention weapons of mass destruction.
He's already on. He's already prime minister, I think, for 28 years.
And we still haven't found him.
Yeah. If it would be up to Trump, he give out the hostages, he would make peace tomorrow. But it doesn't work like that.
Mm.
He has Kushner is Jewish, and he has Trump has
His grandkids are Jewish.
he has only one. The daughter Ivanka is Jewish, Tiffany's Muslim, and his sons are, I think they're Christians. I don't know, but he has Jewish Muslims in his own kids.
In that part of the Masonhood, you have to have you have to follow some religion, one of the Abrahamic religions.
Yeah, but his daughter converted to before they could get married. Jared and Ivanka, they had to convert to Judaism before he could marry her.
See,
Yeah.
I keep trying to tell these people, boy, they follow religious beliefs in America, the whole political landscape.
Even though she doesn't look Jewish, it means she doesn't dress like the typical Jewish, but she is Jewish. She keeps the Sabbath and she keeps a kosher dietary and she keeps the holidays. She doesn't pick up her phone on Saturday and she doesn't go by car. She walks everywhere. Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah. Well, one day, I'm assuming you're Islamic or Muslim.
No, I'm Jewish.
You're Jewish. Yeah, Jewish. Okay. Yeah, because I heard you say "we" in one of those statements I made.
I was born in Germany and then came to America, but I studied in Israel.
So you contribute your being Judaism from being in Israel, or were you already taught that in Germany to be a Jewish? So are you ethnically Jewish or are you religiously Jewish? That's
Good question.
I'm Orthodox Jewish.
You're both.
Or it means when you see a Jewish person with a beard and a hat.
No, I'm not saying that.
That's me.
I'm not. I'm talking about based on that ChatGPT definition, saying, all right, if you're born from some Jewish parents, you'll be considered ethnically Jewish. If you're following Judaism to a T, you'll be religiously Jewish.
So I'm coming from the European part where they said certain Sephardic and Ashkenaz, some are from Europeans, some are from North America. So European. That's why I said
I got you. So which one of those Jews you would consider yourself? Ashkenazi? Mizrahi? I don't think Sephardic because that's more in Spain and whatever. Ashkenazi. Okay, yeah. Cool. Yeah, because they Germany, Poland, and Russia. I got you. So you look at soccer?
Yeah.
So what's your favorite soccer club? Because I do a soccer channel. They call me Soccer God.
Yeah.
What's your favorite soccer club?
I used to like PSG, but
Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah.
You used to.
He's no longer there. I don't know. I didn't follow the new season, but
you gotta have a home club you root for in Germany.
Oh.
I'm gonna tell you my favorite Germany team.
Munich.
Heidenheim.
Heidenheim.
I just like their name.
Yeah.
I don't go for the best teams. I like the Dortmund. That was the first real Dortmund, Bayern Munich. Mocking God Block. You know, some of the first teams I noticed about them, but I
Who's
like
the
the
black
hype.
and yellow team?
That's Dortmund.
Dortmund. Yeah, that's my team. That's
What do you think about the player plays in Miami?
Messi.
Yeah,
Just a little popularity bring draw to the league. It done brought MLS trying to market their league, and they getting better.
but it's never going to be one of the top tier leagues.
it is gonna be.
Nah, it ain't.
Why?
Cause they just America's not a soccer breeder. I would say Brazil, Argentina, countries like that, Africa, they got the best soccer in the world as far as coming up and being young phenoms.
Yeah, they have too much money. Saudi Arabia. They paid for
Yeah, they pay for all their
$1
players.
billion for the guy from
Yeah, they
what's
tried to offer Messi that, but Messi turned it down because his wife didn't want to live in Dubai.
$1 billion. Wow. I think his name is Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, and what they offered Neymar was bigger.
Who?
What they offered Neymar is bigger. They offered Neymar like 600. No, was it Neymar or was it
Yeah,
the other young guy?
Bappy.
Neymar's Brazil.
Yeah, they got ridiculous money over there.
Yeah, I think PSG has the best player now. I think he's a 16-year-old. He's better than everybody combined.
What? You made me want to look up dude now. I didn't even realize that. They always, I wonder where he from. I'm gonna look him up real quick.
The 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is amazing. I don't forgot his name.
PSG. Yeah, I'm looking at him right now. I got a wealth of I'm looking up their squad right now. Let me see. 25, 21. Looking for this 18-year-old Zaki Yarder. No, he ain't scored yet. I don't see no 16-year-old. 17-year-old Bai Ibrahim. Is that him?
Guess it up. Guess it up.
Ibrahim? What's his name? You know his name?
I'm gonna check it now.
Because the young person they got on their team right now,
I
17-year-old. Let me see in the Coupe de France. You said PSG, right?
think so.
Champions League. Look at
Yeah.
that. Mhm. Oh, I see a goalie at 16. No,
I
he
think
turned.
his name is Yamal.
Who?
Lamal.
Lamar.
Yamal.
Mm.
He's in Spain.
Oh, he's not in PSG.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. What team he play for?
Uh, he says he's in Barcelona.
Oh, yeah, that's why Barcelona been scoring the way they've been scoring lately. But they struggled recently. They just won one nothing today, but let me see what this dude is. Let me see their roster here. Lineups. Yamal. Okay, he 19. He got a 7.8 right now. He the highest rating right now on their
He's
team.
the highest rated ever.
7.8 right now. How he that? He better than Haaland. I remember Haaland scored, man. Haaland was that beast. That used to play for Dortmund, that played for Manchester now. Well, he had an 8.6 the game before.
And he's a freshman. He just,
Wow.
yeah, he's the next superstar.
He ain't scored many goals.
What?
Five. I don't know why he had 5 goals. I don't know what they rating him on. He ain't like he got all that many goals. Oh, he got an assist. I mean, okay, he's scoring. He's finding a way to score each game mainly. He got 1, 2, 3 goals in a row. And he then scored 3 games. Then he scored. And, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they rating that on. I'm share this tab right now see I got a Lamine Yamal. Y'all see my screen?
Um, One second.
Yeah, that's him for Barcelona. 17-year-old, 199.1 million euros. His market value, it says. This is rating his last few games.
He's worth 109, but he's not being. I think he's paying $4 to $5 million a year. That's it. That's a lot of money. But
That's because he's just young. See,
yeah,
let's see how his career started out. Okay, Barcelona La Liga. They had him in Barcelona B team for a minute, but they moved him up right away. He didn't even really play. Something in practice they knew what they had. Because usually I see where they playing for a lesser team and they got a lot of goals and you'll see them move up. But here,
he was on the junior team. I think he was.
oh, they don't show me his
He was bred in somewhere.
domestic cups. Let me see. International cups. National team. Okay, he was on the national team. Yeah, Fogo. Okay, this is where he showed out at. Okay, he was on Spain under 17 last year. Had 4 goals, 2 goals, 1 goal, 2 assists, 1 assist, 3 assists, 4 assists. Okay. Amen. Yeah. So they're like, hey boy, you a young phenom. We're finna move you up right away. Barcelona was struggling last year too. You know what I mean? So matter of fact, let me share this tab here. Barcelona they were looking for something. If you look at right now, they're in third place, 14-3-5, right behind Real Madrid. But a year previous to that, I mean, they was there, but Real Madrid won it. Girona surprised everybody at third place. And then the year before that, Barcelona won it. Year before, see, Barcelona used to be that big dog. And then they got knocked off Real Madrid. See, Real Madrid, Barcelona, back and forth. Real Madrid, Barcelona. Real Madrid, Barcelona. Real Madrid, Barcelona. But Barcelona in 2023, I guess they ain't like Real Madrid winning it. And they're like, hey, man, they fell off at the they started out bad. They tried to finish the year strong, but they was too late. Real Madrid had it. And this year, I guess, they started out destroying folks. Because you can look at their goal differential, 60 goals to 24. That's the most goals out of
Yeah,
anybody.
but he's there. Pogba, he's there. I think he's in Real Madrid.
Who?
From the one who transferred out from PSG last year.
For real? You think who? Let me check Real Madrid now. I could check out his transfer right now.
I think his name is Pogba.
Raymond Pope.
Pogba, yeah. PSG. I don't know.
Oh, my internet tripping.
He transferred out.
He went to transfer from Barcelona to Real Madrid, is what you were saying?
No, he transferred out from PSG when his contract expired.
Okay. Let me see here. What's his name, you know? He didn't go on Real Madrid. Boppy Killian?
No.
Yeah, Boppy. Boppy left in June, this past June from PSG. And then he on Real Madrid.
No, Kyle Mbappe.
Yep. Mbappe. Yep. There you go, right here. Real Madrid. He arrived June 30th from PSG as a free agent. See this guy? See Endrick from Palmeiras?
Yeah.
Palmeiras, one of the top Brazil teams in Brazil Series A. So Brazil Series A is the 7th ranked soccer league in the world by itself, and they get all their players picked from. So they probably be better ranked if their league was more popular, and you know what I mean. But England, Spain, Italy, they gonna get these boys from Brazil.
Who's the best league? Is it the Premier League?
Right now, it's England Premier League ranked as #1. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to one of my little spots where I look at that at. See, I'm giving you some keen
Manchester
knowledge.
United. He's there. Hello.
Yep.
Manchester United.
Okay, so right here I got globalfootballrankings.com up. This is one of my life sites where I go look at the league rankings. So I do that. So when we're playing, let's say it's a Europa tournament's going on, I want to see which leagues are playing which. Because that'll determine whether that league is just not up to par. And hold on, it's load. I don't know why it's taking so long to load. I'm having a hiccup on my computer real quick.
What do you consider the best team? Who won the most World Cups? Or
Who do I consider the best team?
what do you consider the best? Whoever won the most World Cups, or the history, or who's the best now?
Right now, if I would have had to say, let's just say we took to me, I have to name 5 teams right now, and then I have to look at some stuff to really give you the best answer. But off the top of my head, I would say Real Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester City,
Brazil, Portugal.
I want to put my favorite soccer team is Sporting, but they to me is a slight below these teams that I'm naming right now.
But I got
Real
a question,
Madrid,
Studio. If you put them in the Premier League, would they do good?
yeah, they'll do good.
Because the Premier League is a physical league. It's not a finesse league, right?
Uh,
Well, if you press FIFA, that's there.
I don't know. I wouldn't. So what leagues you think is more finesse than?
Premier League, Bundesliga.
Yeah, I think the Bundesliga is a physical league. I think the two physical leagues are Premier and Bundesliga. The whatever the Real Madrid is in, I think it's a finesse league.
I got you, Real Madrid. That's Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. So you think they'll get physical up in the
Yeah.
Premier League?
Yeah, they get beat up.
So I don't know though, because Barcelona run through them boys.
Yeah, because by the time that they get to the real, to the real big boys, it's like it's already too late.
Man, look here, man. If you took, I don't know. I guess if you put them in the league and they had to go play a 38 game schedule up and down, yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
But
it's different when you're.
I forgot about Liverpool. They back on they fell off for a minute, but they back right. Arsenal back right. Manchester City back right. Chelsea back right. So them top 5 pretty good. Yeah, Real Madrid have a tough time in that league. But to me, I think they'll still be.
It's like the SPC,
in the top 5.
It's like in college football. It's playing the ACC versus playing the SEC. You got to play tough teams every damn week, and you're not gonna. It's hard to survive that shit.
Yeah, I understand the physicality, but Real Madrid skills just be so good too, bro. They just.
Yeah, that's fine. And once but when you got to play if you got to play a physical game every damn, every week, it's a whole different story.
I tell you what, let's look at this. Okay, you see these numbers here, 97.3, 95. They're rating the teams. So right now you got Liverpool right now rated 97.3, Arsenal 95.9, and Manchester 94.7. I'm gonna just put their top 3. So let's go to Real Madrid League, Spain. Let's see where they rank them.
1 second. You're on StreamYard yet? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on StreamYard.
You see what says private chat?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, just dropped you
Oh, you got
me.
some in the private chat. Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah, because I was gonna ask you because I need some help with some soccer channels and videos. I'm trying because they don't got enough information on the soccer.
Yeah, anything.
You sound like you know a little bit.
Just give me a day advance notice, and I'll come at when I
Okay,
can.
215-157.
No. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm tripping.
Don't say that loud, man. You crazy?
Yeah, I'm tripping. I'm sorry, bro. Sorry about that.
That's all in the private, my friend.
Yeah, I'm
What?
tripping. I'm tripping. All right, I'm gonna put mine in the back chat too. So, okay, so
All right.
Italy considered the second best league. Bundesliga is considered third, and Spain is considered the fourth best league.
Yeah.
So y'all might have some point there with your argument, but I still want to look at Real Madrid ranking right now. 1 second. Come on. I'm sorry, my computer's I probably need a new one. And
I
this
gotta get a
way.
new computer studio.
What?
You do too?
Yep. Because my shit is crashing out.
Why? What you done did?
All right. It was a pleasure talking to you guys.
Pleasure too, man.
All right, man. Thank you for joining us, man. I'm gonna hit you up too.
All right.
What's your name? Brooklyn? Just call you
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn?
All
right. We'll get into that in the emails. Hey, man, you enjoy the rest of your day, man. I appreciate you dropping by.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, I see it in the chat now. Hey, guess what, though, Brooklyn?
Yeah. He left.
Oh, he left. But Brooklyn,
Yeah.
I'm just let you know that's my grandson's name. So Real Madrid is rated at 95.
You treat other people nice, and you treat me like, hey, bro, get the fuck out of my face. Why you treat other people nice? You don't treat me like that, man. I'm jealous.
Hey, Real Madrid number 95, boy, 95. So based on their rating, they'll be in the top dog. They'll be up there with them. I think top to bottom they got a stronger league. Premier League, like the middle pack is tough compared to Spain La Liga's middle pack. You get me?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Sir Reed Johnny. Matter of fact, I gotta check on some of my parlays now. I think I'm gonna have to go in there and cook some old lunch for the fam.
Yeah, I'm about to definitely. We've been in this bitch 2 hours.
Yeah, that was a pretty nice show, though. I think we talked about. I learned some stuff today about the Jews. I just want to know what they were, who they were, and the differences. And I got a pretty good understanding of it now.
I appreciate Brooklyn for the education.
Yeah, and pushing us down that road. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But maybe on later on tonight, what you doing tonight by 8:30?
Nothing. There's no football. There's no basketball.
Oh, the Super Bowl is next Sunday, huh?
Next Sunday.
Okay,
what
good.
You
got? You know what? I'm gonna say that for the night show because I got a gematria video I want to go
over. Oh, just hit me up then.
They sacrificing. I think we'll get into it, man. 8:00, man. We'll be back on the live stream. Y'all come back and check us out. We're gonna get real. We probably gonna get a little more physical tonight.
I don't know about that. No homo on my side. I don't know about studio. I don't know what the fuck he be doing over there.
We're gonna get physical, Q. Throw a few knockout blows, a few smoke signals. Yes, all right, baby. This concludes this afternoon, Sunday. Thank you for joining us. This is HeruDaGuru, aka Soccer God Studio One Live Production. We'll see you tonight. Peace, love, and hair geese.
All right.
Yo.
Yep.